Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we continue our around-the-clock coverage of black jewel miners protesting in Harlan County and what folks are doing to help. And a Somerset police sergeant is on administrative leave after police say he shot his son during an argument. Plus, a fun day at the Breaks Interstate Park turned scary for one Pike County family after a child was bit by a snake.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Wednesday, July the 31st. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. Well, yesterday we saw some rain that crept back into the region, but it was spotty and hit and miss for the most part. But I think everybody got in on the action. Let's bring Brandon in this morning to give us a better breakdown of how that rain fell, how much it left, and what we should see today. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning. And yes, we did see quite a bit of rain, especially in the evening and nighttime hours last night. Kind of tapered off for now. Of course, our biggest issue once again this morning is fog. Let's take a look at the visibility there, and you can see dense fog up toward Moorhead, down toward Harlan, and out toward Monticello this morning. Remember, anything less than 5 miles is pretty dense fog. One little lone shower into parts of Breathitt County, and some moving out of Pike County into parts of southern West Virginia, and that's about the only game in town. A little cooler this morning behind the cold front, 61 wise, low to mid 60s across most of the region. Your coffee forecast, we'll see another mild start to the day. Some dense fog though is around, so be careful of that. Your out the door forecast takes us into the low 80s today, but it also keeps those chances for scattered showers and storms around as we head into the daytime hours. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon. Thank you. It's 5 o'clock, and many miners and their families are still camped out this morning, blocking a train carrying coal in Harlan County. They are demanding they get what is owed to them. If they don't get the more than 2 weeks of pay they are owed, they say this train simply will not pass. It is day 3, and our Connor James has been following this since the beginning. He is back along the tracks this morning, and that's where we find him. Connor, good morning.
30 days out of the job, no pay and no answers turned these miners' questions into actions as we enter the 3rd day of the protests here in Harlan County. Now, Will, despite the rain we saw yesterday, that has really not dampened the spirits of these miners here. The crowd from last night has about tripled, and the supply of food and drinks here, well, that's done way more than triple. I mean, mountains of water, chips, burgers, Mexican food, you name it, it's here. And these folks tell me it definitely makes it much easier to protest peacefully when they have food. And that's really the message they want to get across, that this is peaceful. They just want what's owed to them.
This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to let people know, hey, you know, we're not here to hurt anybody, not to cause no trouble. We've been peaceful, and we want our money. That's all we want. We just want the money that we work for. We're not expecting to have our jobs back. I'm not going to sit here and try to fool anybody. So.
Now, it's important to note, Will, that today Black Jewel was supposed to be back in court. That has moved to this Saturday. As for these miners, they say they're going to be here really until they get what's owed to them. I'm in Harlan County. Back to you, Will.
All righty, Connor, thank you. I was out there yesterday, and there's no lie. They have a ton of food out there, and they are doing it peacefully. Thank you, Connor. We'll be back with you. Now, this quick reminder, tomorrow there will be a job fair specifically for black jewel miners. Fluor and United Infrastructure Group is looking for 25 to 35 miners. They will work on a 4-year highway expansion project in Asheville, North Carolina. The fair is tomorrow, August 1st, from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Now, we have more information on those jobs on our website at WYMT.com. Now let's head to Amy Back, who owns Color Me Beautiful. She made shirts like these ones you see on your screen for miners and their families. They're just here to show the support for the men and women who shop and work in their community.
Last night when we saw them standing here when I was leaving the shop, these guys, I know they're just, the community is heartbroken for them. And I kept thinking, what could I do for them? What could I do for them to show my support? And obviously they've got plenty of food and drinks here. And I knew that I had shirts and vinyl to make it. So I thought that would be the best way to show my support for them.
Meanwhile, in other news this morning, a Somerset police sergeant is on administrative leave after police say he shot his son. On Monday, Kentucky State Police were called out to a shooting on Starlight Drive in Pulaski County. Troopers say that 24-year-old Devin Griffith was shot by his father, 47-year-old Jason Griffith. They say the shooting stemmed from an argument between the two. Devin Griffith was flown to UK Hospital where he is being treated for his injuries and listed in stable condition. A Somerset police spokesperson confirms that Jason Griffith is a sergeant with the Somerset Police Department. He is on administrative leave while state police investigate the shooting. The case will be heard by a grand jury. What was a fun day at the Breaks Interstate Park turned scary for one Pike County family. A snake bit a 7-year-old boy near the pool area. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with his family about the terrifying moment. But first, a warning, you might find some of the images in this story graphic.
Maddox Leedy is your typical 7-year-old.
We was eating and he got done eating, so we went in the grass.
His sister Maddie says when lifeguards called for everyone to get out of the Breaks Interstate Park pool, he still wanted to play.
He dropped a penny and he went to get it.
That penny almost cost Maddox his life.
He screamed, "Help me."
In the beginning, his family thought it was not too serious.
Yeah, they thought it was a bee sting, but it wasn't.
Family members took Maddox to a nearby hospital. He was then flown to UK Hospital.
I was very terrified, but I try to stay strong for him.
12 vials of anti-venom later, Maddox is expected to be okay. Park officials believe a venomous snake bit the boy near a hole in the ground.
As his fingers continued to swell, it became obvious that it was a snake bite.
Austin Bradley is the park superintendent.
This snake bite actually occurred in an area of the park where you wouldn't typically think that there were snakes around.
He warns others to always check your surroundings.
So we just always encourage everybody to always be alert, even in developed portions of the park.
Keeping a watchful eye. Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, officials with the Breaks Interstate Park have filled the holes near the pool. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Later, we'll take a look at animal advocates' efforts to help people show a little extra love to mixed breed dogs.
Rain chances are still floating around today, but the skies will start to gradually clear after a foggy start this morning. I'll tell you all about it in 3 minutes.